to log in the other account. Go to the stream, it should be there. Edit. So let's do all this. Just give me a second. Do all this. No. Give me a second. Save. Minimize this for a minute. There we go. Should be loaded now. So let's see. It's loaded now. Alright. So just get straight to the point. Alright. So I'll just get straight to the point. Get the stream ready. As the stream says, man. Ask me anything and what the title says. So some more information to give. And as I say in these videos, people don't have to agree with what I'm saying. 2, people can ask me in the chat whatever they want. So we'll just show this at the start. So UFOs, UAPs are believed to be the literal physical chariots of God driven by angels. Now, we did a live stream before this one and proven that I've actually seen a UFO. I've proven that with the actual footage. So they teach us, and I proved in that live stream. So I'm not gonna repeat the same stuff that I've already said. I'm honestly not. I'm not gonna repeat the same stuff that I've already said because we'll be here all day. But so let's get straight to the point. So Isaiah 66-15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots, like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Read the chariots. There's multiple chariots, there's not just one. Now, Christianity, religion, thinks that the Messiah is going to return on these ancient chariots. No. They had to use chariots around that time because they didn't have the word spaceship, UFO, or anything to do with spacecraft. So this proves right here, man, that the Most High is not returning on some Roman chariots. Because, man, Roman chariots don't even exist anymore. They don't even exist. Now, here's an image. People have said this is strange. Yeah, it is. It's because it is. So as I said, we get straight to the point. People, this is not normal. This is not normal for this to happen. It's honestly not normal. So what do we just read? He will return with the clouds, chariots. It's right there. What you've been lied to about UFOs, they've told you that there's some green guy in them or some damn alien. It's not fact. So, Hebrew Israelite theology, chariots refer to unidentified flying objects, UFOs, described in the Bible. So they admit it. They admit that UFOs are in the Bible. So why is it that Christianity is not preaching this? Because again, religion isn't the truth. They won't tell you this. They'll tell you that these guys are fallen angels and demons. Yet, find me any scripture in the Bible where it says that fallen angels or demons are flying around in UFOs. You won't find one because it's made up, just like the myth that they made up about hell. Hell doesn't exist. It's a myth made up by Christianity. So they'll have you believe that the people, the things that are flying in these are aliens, fallen angels. They're not. They're not fallen angels at all. And you read it, believers interpret prophetic sights like Ezekiel's wheel or fiery chariot as advanced spacecraft belonging to God, used for salvation, judgment, and gathering the elect. So the main instance is Ezekiel's wheel. The vision of wheels within wheels is viewed as a physical mothership. Fiery chariot accounts of Elijah ascending in a whirlwind and chariot of fire are interpreted as a alien spaceship, but it's not aliens. Believers teach that will return in these heavenly vehicles. Well, it just says that in the scripture, man. So, it says he will return in chariots. See, so what they've taught you, man, in Christianity, the Messiah is just going to return on these ancient chariots. No, that's not in the Bible. You just don't understand words. The Messiah is not going to return on some damn ancient Roman chariots. They don't exist anymore. It's nonsense. So again, then you have another one. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots. So we see what the chariots are. We've just shown you an image of the clouds. What do they look like? UFOs. See, this is hard for people to comprehend and grasp because they follow religion and they teach them garbage. They teach them absolute garbage, man. The Messiah is going to return on chariots. Yet, when have we ever seen anyone in the Bible do that? Nowhere. Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. So again, it's talking about, so it was Psalm, right? UFOs. And he even the everyone knows about it, the Ancient Aliens, Discovery Channel, whatever. Even they admit it, man. The UFOs are in the Bible. They are in the Bible. They really are. They're in the Bible. But they have to teach you that these guys are aliens. So it was Psalm 10:104. Because it's funny that they say it doesn't mention a UFO. Of course Google's going to say that. Alright. So we showed you Chariots. So they even admit it. So, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Some UFO enthusiasts and fringe groups interpret chariots like a whirlwind as ancient descriptions of alien spaceships. So it's not just me. It's not just me coming up with this. Ancient, basically many groups admit that this is talking about a UFO, but somehow Christianity says that all. And yeah, supposedly there's a. So, sorry for not responding to that too fast, I just only just looked over. So yeah, as far as I know, we can look that up as well. We can look that up because I think there was ones during World War Two. So World War Two, right? UFOs. As far as I know, whether it's real. So during World War Two, pilots on both sides reported glowing balls of light, glowing orbs and metallic discs in the sky. So during World War Two, man, they admitted seeing them. So this is not just me making this up. You've got people all over the world, man, that have saw UFOs. All over the world, they saw UFOs. Now, as I put in the title, I put it for a reason. I don't know. I may be one of the elect. I don't know. Only the Most High knows. That's why I put it in the title. Only the Most High knows. So now, if we go, whether these images are real, man, I really don't know. I can't say because obviously I wasn't living around World War Two. If it was, it'd be like probably nearly 200 years old. So this is supposedly what happened during World War Two in 1942. This was supposed to be the first ever sighting of a UFO spaceship. Now, as I said, whether this is real, no one knows. Nobody can know if this is authentic. But World War Two, it says right there, bizarre battle of Los Angeles. To me, that looks like a. See, even they admit it. The Battle for Los Angeles, 1942, the official report, mystery air object seen in the sky over LA, searchlights and anti-aircraft guns. So, where'd they get this technology? If they used it during World War II, where'd they get this technology from? Where'd they get it from? They clearly would have got it from, and that's the thing as well. If the fallen angels have got this technology, where'd they get it from? Because religion believes that the angels got kicked out of heaven, right? So they would have took those UFOs with them. So clearly they got those UFOs from the Most High. They had to get them from somewhere. I mean, people agree that these UFOs move at the speed of light. That's not possible with human technology. So this technology is out of this world. And that's why the military can't keep up with them. I appreciate you coming in here, Liam, and appreciate you coming in here, D-Man. Appreciate you two coming in here. And thank you for liking the stream. Appreciate that. So whether this is legit, I don't know. I'm not going to say it is or isn't. These photos, supposedly, basically the Germans had UFOs. Now, I can't say again whether this is real, because I don't know. Well, let's just say it is. Let's say it's real, right? How'd they get hold of this technology? Where'd they get it from? That's the question that I'd be asking. But some of these could have been faked. But if this is real, man, if this is real, then they clearly got this technology from somewhere. Now, this is what you got to understand as well, and be not deceived. Some of the fallen angels use them. So this is why you got to determine the difference. There's angels that use them, and there's fallen angels that use them. So that's how they deceive people. So fallen angels use them and angels use them. But you've got to ask yourself the question as well, why are they always in America? Why are these UFO sightings always in America? Why are they always in America? It's always America where they're seen. So this is supposedly the UFO research of a NASA scientist at the American. So if they created them, then damn man, they've deceived the entire world. So this is supposedly all the UFOs. Because how they create this technology, man, is beyond me. See, so there's many images, but we just shown you that they saw so-called spaceships. Now let's just say the Germans worked with them. Let's just say they were. I mean, it's very obvious, man. Hitler, I have to watch it. Probably can't even say that name, but he was one of the most evilest people on the face of the earth. Either one, he was demonically possessed, or, I mean, honestly, with all the evil stuff that he did, that guy had to be a demon in literal flesh. Amount of wicked stuff that he done. You know, you got people out there saying, you know, that may not have happened, but it did. All the evil stuff that he did, we'll just call him the mustache man. All the evil stuff that he did during World War II. I'd say he's a demon. An absolute devil. And you've actually got people out there that say he was a good guy. How can you say that the mustache man was a good guy with what he did. He's pure evil. So it would make sense, man, because we all know the technology. If you do your research, who are modern day NASA scientists, right? Most of them are German. They go all the way back to Germany. You can look that up. Most of the NASA scientists were German soldiers. Again, they deceive you. Well, I don't know if these are true. They could easily have been faked. Nobody knows. Well, I did mention it years ago about this with the UFOs. So you've even got images there of UFOs, these orbs. So that's the difference, man. That's how you tell the difference. These solid crafts like this that you see here, they're made by man. The spiritual ones that are like orbs, they're the proper ones. These ones are most likely the ones that the fallen angels use, or the government. I'm not going to say for a fact, but if all of these, let's just say all of these images are real, then obviously they created some of these UFOs then, if the images are real. Now if they're not real, then we obviously know who flies in them. Fallen angels and angels. But you got to determine the difference. Is the devil, as it says, the devil manifestates himself as an angel of light. So there's this one as well. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but this is supposedly a photo from 1940 of a supposed UFO, and you notice it's like a flying roll, exactly how it described in the Bible. Now flying roll, if you study that, says it's a certain cubits. What does a roll do? It circles, right? That's exactly what a UFO does. We can prove it. So move this out of the way so I don't accidentally press it. UFOs, flying roll. Some UFOs look like what is a roll? Just think of a cigarette. It's thin, isn't it? It's a roll. Just think of that. So I just wanna, yeah, there we go. So they were big into the occult. Exactly. There's actually images of the mustache man, if you look it up, throwing up that symbol. That's a known image on the internet. I mean, because anyone that defends what the mustache man does, you're defending evil. He was one of the most, I'd say he's one of the most evilest people to ever exist. I'd say, go as far as to say that he was Satan in the flesh. Because the amount of evil that that country did, that Germany has done to the world, even the descendants of Germany are ashamed of it. What looks like a flying roll, doesn't it? This reminds me like a tablet or a chip. It's a flying roll, right? It's a UFO. Now, I've said many times, people don't have to agree with me here. It's not what it's about. We're just here to give you the information. We're not here to force our beliefs on anyone. It's not what this is about. So it looks like a flying roll. There's a more close-up one. So yeah, that flying roll that's talking about in Zechariah, that is literally a UFO. but they couldn't call it UFOs, spaceships, because they didn't exist, right? So that's the point that I'm making to people. They didn't. Why, in ancient times, if you use the word like, just say like we use an iPhone, use that word. If you say you go in a time machine, you go all the way back to then, they're going to be like, what's an iPhone? What's an iPhone? So just think of it that way. If you went back in time and used the word spaceship, didn't exist, did it? So they had to use the words that were around that time. So they just used rolls, clouds, chariots, because what the chariots do, right? They go dead fast. Now, as I showed with Esdras, where it said, and it, just look up UFO footage, I can take this out now. Just look up UFO footage, man, and how fast they move. How fast they move, man. That's not clearly technology of this world. They move at the speed of light. They honestly do. It's crazy and insane how fast they move. Now, a wheel upon a wheel. You could say, yeah, that's probably talking about an angel, because yes, there is an angel at the throne of God, where it's a wheel upon a wheel and it has multiple eyes. So yes, that is in the Bible. But you can also use it another way. A wheel upon a wheel looks like a UFO, right? Multiple eyes would be the lights. And now it's been proven with telescopes, man. It's been proven with telescopes. Telescope UFO. So people have saw UFOs in a telescope. Right here. They look like orbs. This is the real UFOs. The Most High's ones. The spiritual. They move at the speed of light. That's why the military cannot catch up with them. Because the Most High is not stupid. He created these things. Because you gotta think of it, man. If an angel was to fly, right, it's gonna take them forever to get to the earth. It really is. Now if they're using a spacecraft, they're gonna be here in seconds. And I've actually proven that I've seen a UFO. There was that one. So, it was in Liverpool. So, that's a UFO. Someone videoed the moon and a UFO flew past it. So yes, there's many sightings out there, man. Many sightings of UFOs. This one, UFOs being group of scientists claim the moon could be a secret alien base after reportedly detecting 20 plus UFOs near its surface, allegedly displaying advanced non-human technology. Because it isn't. Most High created these. And they're used for judgment. When the Most High returns, he will most likely return in these things. For judgment. Because you gotta think, man, you can't shoot a UFO down. We've seen it in the movies. They try shoot it down with missiles, doesn't work. The best way to show it is in the Independence Day as a force field around it. Near the end of the movie, they try smash the jet into it, and it does nothing. Does absolutely nothing. Just destroys the jet. So no doubt the Most High has put a shield around them. Because the government really thinks that they can stop the Most High. They really do. Because the whole nation, just think of it, how is the whole world, where it says that all nations shall gather to fight against the Messiah? Just think of it this way. Do you really think that the nations, all the nations of the earth, are going to stand a chance against the Messiah, just shooting bullets at God? It's not going to work, is it? They're going to think it's going to work. The Most High is going to come down, be like superhuman. They're going to probably try shoot bullets at him, use tanks. And the Most High is just going to laugh. It's going to laugh at them, say, look at these idiots. They really think, because this devil that's in power and these governments that rule over us, the elites, they really think that they can actually stop God. They're that delusional that they think they can actually stop the Messiah. And they're going to get shocked. So that's why I believe that that's why they're so against the UFOs, because it's the Most High. And they've taught you in religion and indoctrinated you through movies that these guys are the enemies. So they're also called the Watchers in the Book of Enoch, right? Those that have read the Book of Enoch, who are the Watchers? The angels, right? There you go. Is there a black pyramid on the moon? I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. Because I'm going to be real, man. Whether NASA's been to the moon or been to space doesn't change my opinion. Even if let's just say they've been to space, the Earth still isn't the shape that they say it is. That's my opinion. And let's say it is that shape. Doesn't change anything. God still exists. God still exists. So it doesn't really matter what shape the Earth is to me. Honestly, it doesn't. But I couldn't honestly tell you, Liam. I couldn't honestly tell you. But we do know the lie about what's on the moon and what's on Mars. We all know the lie about it. They hide it. So, if this is true, now, there was one with the sun as well. UFO passes the sun. What do we see right there? What do we see? Another UFO again. So whether people believe this footage is fake, real, is up for interpretation and opinion. But let's say it is real. Why are they going to the sun? Because again, the angels are supposed to guard the earth, right? The four corners of the earth. How are they going to do that if they're just sitting there? This is why I reckon that the Book of Enoch, man, misunderstood it. These watchers are the angels. They're the angels. The angels are outside the earth. They're told by the Most High to guard the four corners of the earth. We know that because it says it in the book of Revelation. So these angels are sitting there. That's why we see them in space. These UFOs. Those are the angels. They're put there by God to make sure nothing goes wrong. They're sitting there in that spaceship, guarding the earth. Because it's not aliens, honestly, but like even there's many of them. Even one here. Little UFO. That one there, little UFO again. This is supposedly the sun footage. UFO in space. It's not what I wanted. Now, supposedly, whether you want to believe in NASA's live stream, live feed, we'll just use it. Me, I believe some of it's fake, but I think there was a live stream where a UFO flew past. Right, like that. That's clearly a UFO. So on live stream, a UFO just flies past. Another one. NASA just released declassified footage of a 2,000-mile-long UFO near Saturn. This object defies every known law of understanding if real. We're not alone and never have been. Yeah, we're not alone. These are the angels. In every culture, man. What do they teach? The Egyptians, the Sumerians, the Anunnaki, they believe that these people in these UFOs were some spiritual, and they look like angels, right? Or they call them gods. So every culture believes something like that. That these gods, angels, whatever, came down with these spaceships and taught man. It's documented in the Sumerian tablets, it's documented in Egypt, and it's documented in other cultures around the world. I believe even in places like Mexico. So none of this is fake. Doesn't matter if you believe in whatever shape of the earth, because one, is not a dome around the earth, we've already proven that. So doesn't matter what shape the earth is. The thing that does matter is there's no dome around the earth. That's not in the Bible. So yeah, another UFO. Right, so we'll go back to the scriptures and we'll read it again. Now you'll get the understanding of the context. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers of flaming fire. Now, we showed you that, we'll show you this one again. So the Most High is returning in these chariots, many of them. So we know for a fact that this is not literal chariots, that this is symbolic of of something else. Chariot just means horsepower. That's all it means. Chariot just means a vehicle, because they use it today in America, right? I've heard Americans use it. When a car arrives, right, they say, "Oh, my chariot has arrived." There you go. It's just symbolic for a vehicle. So it's probably not even an actual chariot. It's just symbolic. It means a vehicle. So UFOs are a vehicle. I mean, because if the Most High is not returning in these, then who is? Why all these UFO sightings? Who are they? If it's not the Most High and the angels, then who are they? Can't be aliens, because aliens don't exist. So who are they? If it's not the angels and it's not the Most High, then who are they? That's an answer that nobody can answer if they say it's something else. Because they want you to believe it's aliens. So you see, the text uses ancient military terminology, chariots, and destructive elements, fire, whirlwind, to describe the speed, power, and terrifying nature of God's intervention against wickedness. So now again, so it's a symbolic. And now we know it is actually literal, because in the book of Revelation it says that he cometh with the clouds. And we just saw clouds are chariots. So it's clearly referring to a vehicle. So yeah, there you go. Modern UFO theory. Some fringe movements, such as specific Hebrew Israelite interpretations or ancient astronaut theorists, reread these verses as literal nuts and bolts flying objects. Because nothing else fulfills it. Nothing else fulfills it, man. Chariots don't exist. So he's going to return with clouds, but the clouds are chariots. So that shows you that it's just referring to a vehicle, which is these UFOs, what I showed in the first live stream. So let's read what's up. I think it says Alien Main. I think it says Alien Man. Welcome to the stream. Let's read this. The Indian god with the blue skin had a chariot. Didn't even know that. Let's look that up. You mean Kali? I think it's Khalif or Shiva, the goddess of destruction. Right, so Google. I think it's Shiva UFO. So yeah, every culture, man, believes in it. Every culture believes in a god with a UFO, a spacecraft. Every religion does. I didn't even know this about Hinduism. I really didn't. So they believe in UFOs, just like the Bible does. I didn't even know this until now. So you had the Hindu goddess that flies in a UFO. So yeah. So they're admitting it. And now look at this. This looks like an alien. Well, supposed alien. Look at it. Right here. Out of this world devotion, man constructs India's first alien temple. Claims extraterrestrials are avatars of Shiva. So yeah. Every culture, man, believes in this. These UFOs. They believe that these UFOs are used by either the gods or angels. So that's that. So this is what they are. Because when it says what I said, can't cometh with the clouds. I'll show UFOs. This. He cometh with the clouds. The clouds are his chariot. Chariots are vehicles, right? We know a cloud's not a vehicle, so he's coming back with this. It's just my opinion. As I said, people don't have to agree with me. People can, this is just, yes, does look like it. Exactly. Looks like a UFO, that image that I just showed with Shiva. Looks like a UFO, so they even believe that. So that's where they get all this stuff from. The Independence Day, they got it from the Bible, and they got it from other cultures. So this, being raptured up by a UFO, the ancient alien, this is ancient. So modern, this is actual real footage. 2011 UFO appears over Dome of the Rock with Matthew 27 to 33, elongated headed aliens. So this is actually real. This actually happened. Place of an eye socket of an long headed. So these are angels, they're not aliens. They're angels. That's what they are, they're angels. Why would these aliens be protecting or be around Jerusalem? Does it make any sense? What do they want with Jerusalem? Again. And this actually happened, by the way. I'm not making it up. The actual video is online. I believe it was even in the news. It was on the news where there was one that was also on the news where UFOs were surrounding the White House. Again, just think of the Independence Day. So they know, man. These elites know. They know. As it says, he cometh with the clouds, UFOs. Now, do I worship this image? No. I just wanted to make that very clear. But that's why the Hebrew Israelites believe what they do. That's honestly why they believe in these UFOs. Because in reality, they are teaching a form of truth. Something flies in these things. Something invented these spaceships. If we can't replicate that on Earth, those spaceships, then it should show you that humans didn't create them. If we can't replicate what they've done, that should show you, man, no aircraft on the face of this earth going from the military of the United States, none of them can replicate that. None of them can. None of them can replicate it. Because it's how fast UFOs, by the time you've even got catch up to a UFO, it's already gone. So that's not human. For a spacecraft, or even, there's not even a jet on this earth that flies that fast. It moves at the speed of light, which should show you that that's out of this world technology. So it's clearly, yes, it's what does extraterrestrial even mean anyway? All it means is someone that's not human. Well, God isn't human, is he? He's a God. So is the Messiah. The Messiah's not human, but he took on a human form. So yeah, they are extraterrestrial. That's who the extraterrestrials are, the Messiah and God. Because they're immortal. We're not. Now, you even have it in the movie. That just shows they know. Knowing movie UFO. They get raptured up by a UFO. These unknown, like, so again, it's supposed to, so this movie's supposed to mimic probably that. It shows this image, I think, in the movie. So it's replicating and telling you that this was some sort of spaceship. Right there. They get raptured, right? This here is supposed to represent the Garden of Eden. That's what it's supposed to represent, paradise. So they get raptured up by these so-called aliens. They're seen all the way through the movie as demonic. And like, these guys are demonic. And then these, like, things here, America gets destroyed. Again, it's always America getting destroyed, isn't it? It's always America getting destroyed in these movies. There's a reason. They're telling you something. America gets destroyed after they've been raptured up by this UFO spaceship with these, like, extraterrestrial, like, aliens. And it has the Garden of Eden. So they're basically telling you that these UFOs go back to the Bible. They go way back. They're just putting it in movies, and most people just think it's aliens. So what happens? The earth is destroyed with fire, right? In this movie, you have to see it. I've watched it many times. It's an actual good movie. Basically, he gets given dates and he has to stop events happening on certain dates. There's all these dates written down, and then he finds out that all these events are going to happen on a certain day, and he tries to warn people that there's a train crash in the movie. He tries to stop it, and people call him nuts. So they have to keep pushing this, though. These aliens, 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 aliens. So as you can see right there, they get taken up by a spaceship. And they get left behind. Gets taken up. He finds his creator. And guess who the creators are? They're seen as aliens. And what are they in? Looks like they're in a spaceship. So again, they're telling you, yes, the real extraterrestrials is God. Because all extraterrestrial means is a non-human. That's all it means. So they're just admitting it in these movies. Then you have the movie, you have to see it, where a guy gets abducted by the aliens. You know, I don't remember what the movie was called, but a guy gets abducted by the aliens. They do a bunch of stuff to him, and then they put him back on the earth, and he's reliving the trauma over and over again. Then there's that movie of, I think, The Third Kind, where you have a spaceship. And where is the spaceship? Oh, that's right, it's next to a mountain. The same one. Yeah, that was it. Close Encounters. Look where it is. Go read the Bible. Where where we'll show you in the Bible. It's not what I wanted. There you go. Most likely a UFO. Because it's just exactly the same. It's exactly the same. You have a mountain, a UFO around it. Most likely supposed to represent Moses, God talking to Moses. And they tried to contact this, communicate with this UFO, but it don't work. It really doesn't. But there's this massive mothership. But they're like, oh, this is what they want you to believe that is inside of them. This. That's what they want you to believe that's inside of them. Yeah, it's a good movie. Did you watch the... Yeah, I've watched those Prometheus. And it's aliens in that as well. Um, Pro... No. Pro... M-E... I've actually seen that movie. So even in this one, they admit, but it tells you they're aliens. Prometheus. Seen the movie many times. We have this guy at the beginning. He's like an alien. And then they have a spaceship. Because all these are is what you call the Watchers. The Book of Enoch says what they are. But that's why they've indoctrinated you so much, telling you that these are aliens. Just give me a second. So again. So even this one, it looks like a UFO. This is how it's described: a wheel upon a wheel. That's In the Bible, a wheel upon a wheel. And it even looks like a UFO. Really does. And exactly this. Consider the possibility, first this, then this. Now what if it's the other way round? What if it's the other way round? What if it's the spaceships are the true and the other one's the false? What if it is? So again, they're admitting it. They call it spiritual forces because they are. They know exactly what they are, man. They know exactly what these things are. And then you had Obama says aliens are real. Well, they are real, but they're not what they say they are. Vance says they are demons. Says Crushcraft were recovered, so who knows the truth. But they're not demons. Demons don't tell me anywhere in the Bible where demons have physical bodies. Anywhere. Exactly. It's a bit blurry to read that. It's not gonna find it, is it? There was one that, but you can't find it anymore. It's so hard to find it. Like even that, man. It's not normal. Same with that. As it says, he makes the clouds his chariots. There's a reason that's said like this. If it's real. Now I don't know if this is real. Even this, man, this should be a red flag in itself. That this ain't normal. This really isn't normal. And then you got this one. There's three of them. Since when have we ever seen this happen normally in the sky? It's like 3 portals are opening. Honestly, it's like 3 portals are opening. It's very hard to find certain images now because we all know they like suppressing it. You got 4 of them there. Like this man, you can't say this is normal. Again, like it said, he maketh the clouds his chariots. There was a specific one that I was looking for. As we know, these are not legit. So no. I don't know if that's real. I think this is the one that I was looking for. I don't know if this is real. I honestly don't know if this one's real. There's a film from the 1990s called Forgotten where people sucked up into the sky in what looks like stupid fly. Flies doing my head in. Let's look that up. So this, I'm guessing it's this. And that's a UFO. I don't know whether it is this, but it's not really finding what I'm looking for. Might be that. I don't know if this is real. I mean, does that look like a normal cloud to you? To me, it doesn't. Like even this man. No, I'm probably not going to say that's a UFO. That's probably just the weather. But There's a lot of weird. This is a main one. Looks like a portal is opening in the sky. It really does. And then you got this one. This is why many people say the UFOs. Does it mean things like this ain't normal, man? No, it's funny that you look up real images and it comes up fake ones. So that's supposedly reported near the moon. Portals. So portals for time travel or to a different dimension. I mean, who knows? Because we all know that CERN, with that Hadron Collider, that's what they're doing with that. I mean, outside of CERN's place, what is the Shiva, the god of destruction? That's outside of CERN's building. And we all know what CERN does. This is believed that the open portals mean like Stargate. People think that this is opening portals to bring stuff in. Because what is this even for? What is it even for? I mean, but they say it does that, but why have they got this outside of the building? Why have they got this on the outside of the building if that's just all it is? I mean, as we all know what this simulates, it simulates destruction. Because what has CERN got to do with Shiva? This is from a missile thing. But it's just interesting, man, to study this. It really is. Don't know if that's actually real. Because I have seen a lot of UFO footage. Because that's what you say. I said every time it's a UFO, they associate it with aliens. They always do. They associate with aliens. Now that one's obviously fake. I mean, because if that was real, I mean, honestly, if that was real, everybody would see it and it'd be on the damn news. Especially if that was real. So some footage online is fake, some isn't. So yeah, man, if anyone's got any questions to ask, how long have we been doing this? Let's just say, how long have we been doing it? About an hour, man. So if anyone's got any questions, we'll get to the ask me anything now. People can ask me anything in the chat. Feel free to ask me anything. And I'll answer questions. So feel free to ask me questions in the chat and I'll answer them. And I'll just scroll some more images while people ask me stuff. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything. So yeah, as I said, feel free to ask me anything in the chat. Well, I'll just do this. Do you believe in, scroll up. Do you believe in the Operation High Jumps with General Bird? That's the first thing I've ever heard. We can look that up. So, Operation High Jump. I mean to press that. Oh, it's the UFOs. As I said, that's the first time I've heard about this. First time I'm hearing about this. The Battle of Antarctica, a decisive moment in the war. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Now we've already showed that the Germans, whether those images are legit or not, that the Germans had some of these spaceships. That's if they're real. I'm not saying for a fact, because they could easily be fake. So, the Germans may have had some of these spaceships. But my question is, if it is true, how'd they get hold of them? Where'd they get them from? Where'd they get these spaceships from? Because it's clearly out of this world technology. Unless they stole. I mean, then again, if you look up Nikola Tesla, I'll show you that. Tesla. Because I'm sure he had anti-gravity. I'm sure he did. Yeah, he did. So if you look up, I think they stole his research. I think they stole his research, a lot of his research, because he was going to give. I'll just read this and then I'll continue. There's declassified files about it. He was supposed to, or flew into the fly zone, and there was an untouched with green grass. I mean, the Antarctica, there is places that you're not allowed to go, so that wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. That wouldn't surprise me if it's true. But Nikola Tesla, he invented technology where people would be able to get free energy, and he invented this. So the government couldn't add that now. So they stole his research, basically shut him down, because it was believed that it was going to give people free energy, so nobody would have to pay for energy ever again, and that would go against the government because the government wants you paying for it. It's actual public knowledge on the internet. So if he invented this anti-gravity spaceship, then that explains why the Germans had them. They stole his research, and they're deceiving people. As I say, I may be wrong about all of this. We may be being deceived by the government. The government might be flying in these UFOs and deceiving us, saying, oh, there's aliens in these, and it's actually the government. Because the evidence is there, man. The evidence is there. So, let's see. Yeah, the Americas stole all Tesla's ideas. Did you hear about let's read this. The guy from Missouri that got a car to run on just water with. First time I'm hearing about that. But yeah, it's true. America has stole a lot of people's technology. Like, there's been black people that have invented stuff, but they're not going to tell you that. Look it up, man. There's actually black people that have invented stuff, but they won't give them credit because it's an agenda. There's actually been black people that have invented technology, but they've hid that. Someone else just takes credit for it. But he was a man that was going to make free energy. He had the technology for it. And the government said, right, we're shutting you down. You ain't doing that. That should show you how evil your government is. That this guy was creating free energy so nobody would have to pay for it ever again. Government comes in and says, we're shutting you down. We can't have you doing that. We gotta make them pay for energy. We gotta make them pay for water. We gotta make them pay for electric. It's ridiculous, man. It really is on this world. That you've got to pay to be alive. It's a joke. Literally, the day that you are born to the day that you grow up, you've literally got to pay to even live. That's how evil this government actually is. You're paying the government just to even exist. And that's why it's funny to laugh at people that defend the government and are like, oh, the government's got our best interest. No, it hasn't. All the government's about is oppressing people. That's what it's about. And that's why I agree with some of the stuff that Hebrew Israelites say. America was built on slavery. The slavery of black people. And it was founded by wicked people. But patriots will get angry about that. But yeah, the evidence is there, man. All the evidence is there. So it's very obvious what they did. They stole his technology and decided, hey, we're going to use this against the masses. And as I said, man, I appreciate all you people coming here, Demon, Liam, and whoever else comes in. This is why I do this, man, to interact with you people. That's why I do it. And I do kind of apologize for the last live stream. I understand that you people have got lives, so I apologize. So Nikola Tesla was into the incredible secrets of flight and anti-gravity in 1928. He patient a flying machine similar to a helicopter. So this makes sense how they and I appreciate it, Mom. I do apologize for before. I really do. I just apologize, and I mean it. I sincerely apologize for before. I understand that you guys have got lives, that you've got stuff to do. All I want to do is just interact with people on the internet. That's all I really care about, is just interacting with people. So, I apologize. Well, this technology, that would explain how they made helicopters then. Because helicopters is like anti-gravity, right? So they got the, so all this technology that America's got, they stole it. They didn't invent it, they stole it. They stole it from this guy. And they took credit for it. Pretty messed up, to be honest. So and I'm not going to say if any of this is true. It may not be true. I'm just showing the information. It may be false, maybe all made up. Who knows? Only, obviously, Nikola Tesla would know. I don't even know. Obviously, he's not alive now. So that's how they made the helicopter and airplane. However, it was able to horizontal lift from the ground up. So there you go. Move this out of the way so people can actually read it. So this machine could fly without wings, propellers, or gas bags. He called it space drive of the anti-electromagnet field propulsion system. Don't know what the rest of that says because it's got that little symbol in the way. His patent was further researched and developed by Germans. So there you go, it's true then. So the Germans had UFOs. They had UFOs. And so most of these UFO sightings, man, this is why you gotta be on guard and not be deceived. Because they may have created them all. They may have created all these UFOs. Now, I'm not saying for a fact. They may have created them all. And they're the ones flying in the sky. And the public are like, and welcome back, Claire. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you being in the stream. Appreciate anyone that comes in, to be honest. But they may have been lying, man. They may be the ones flying in these spaceships. And they're deceiving us. I mean, because the government's like this. It's all about deceiving the public. Because just imagine it, you got these men inside these spaceships, right? And people think aliens are in them. The deceive, and then just imagine it. Someone comes down from these spaceships and it looks like a man. People think they're aliens when it's just some normal person. So they've got UFOs as well. Yeah. But the spiritual ones, you can tell the difference. You can honestly tell the difference. These are man-made ones. You can always tell the difference. The spiritual ones are like this. We'll show you UFO lights. Well, I didn't want that. UFO spiritual space ship. See, because most of these are solid crafts, right? The proper ones, the spiritual ones, move at the speed of light. So if you see a UFO that moves at the speed of light, there's no way that's from the government. That's literally impossible. There's no technology like that that exists. It's literally impossible. So those are the real UFOs. These are fakes. This is how they deceive the masses. So if one of these comes down, most likely it's the government. Now, I don't know if that information was actually true. It may have been, may not have been. Now, UFO orb. See, these are the proper ones. These are the proper ones. These are the real ones. The ones that we just showed you, they're the fake ones. So this is how you determine the difference. These are the ones from the Most High. The second ones are the ones from the government. So that's how they deceive you. The government have got some. These are the real ones. They move at the speed of light. So now this one I believe is probably created by the government, because they even have a, as far as I know, the United States government has a jet that looks like that. I believe they do. They have a jet that looks exactly like that. So this is probably another fake one. They use fake UFOs that the government use. They use fake ones. This is why you gotta be vigilant, because some of them are used by the government. Now this is how you tell the difference again. These are actual real UFOs, real ones. The fake ones can't mimic the true ones. But it's right there. That's how you know the difference. Because the devil manifests himself as an angel of light. So he's going to copy, as I said, fallen angels flying them. So the angels. And Satan manifests himself as an, so again, these are the real ones. These are the real ones. Because you always see with the real ones that they move at the speed of light and they're out of this world. Now, unless I'm wrong and they created every single one of them, I don't know. They may have created them all. Well, there's no way the government created this one. Because it's just the way these UFOs move. Because you see that they're completely different to the ones that Nikola Tesla and the Germans had. They're completely different. These are like these orbs. these light orb spaceships, and these ones always move at the speed of light. Because I think there's a jet that looks like a UFO. There honestly is. There's a jet that looks like a UFO. There you go. Looks like a UFO. So if someone saw this in the sky, they'd think this is a UFO. It's not. It's a jet. See, the government is deceiving you. You'll look up in the sky. Some of these jets, man, in military asylum, the United States has even got a silent jet. People would, if you saw this in the sky, you'd look up and be like, damn, is that a UFO? No, it's not. It's a jet. But you wouldn't know that. That's why I said, that's why you gotta be on guard. Because it looks like a UFO, but it isn't. That looks like a UFO, doesn't it? And what is this? I think that's fake. I think these two are fake. So yeah, UAP. A lot of strange sightings happen at Skinwalker Ranch and Blind Fog Ranch. There's even stories of that, to be honest. So there's even stories about it, man. World War II secret legacy. So yeah. Yeah, it would make sense. Because there's some game cards for. I'll show you. See, that's what I said. There's one right there, flying saucers. That's why I said you gotta be vigilant. Let's look. Well, I don't know it's a conspiracy. Don't know it's a conspiracy if the image is right down there. Unless it's all made up. Because no one knows if these images are legit. That's why I'm saying it. Nobody knows if they're legit. Because notice these are completely different. What is Operation Blue Book? So, supposedly these are from files. So yeah, if there's actual documents about it, then they probably did. They probably did. Because if there's actual real legit documents, so yeah, Project Blue Book was a United States Air Force study of unidentified flying objects from March 1952 to December 1969, headquartered at Wright-Patterson Air Force. It investigated 12,000 total sightings. It concluded that known UFOs threatened national security or showed advanced extraterrestrial technology, leaving 701 cases unexplained. So, if none of them are extraterrestrial, then they were most likely men inside them. Followed earlier military studios named Project Sign and Project Grudge, formed during the Cold War to monitor potential national security threats, tasked with scientifically analyzing UFO related data. So if it's been found out that they had these secret objects, then there's no denying the evidence. Many sightings to natural phenomenon. So yeah, so these ones weren't actual real UFOs then. It was just objects or secret spy planes like the U-2. That none of the investigation objects were extraterrestrial. So again, found the report, which cast doubt on the scientific value of further UFO studies. So, Foo Fighters. So, World War II. So, during World War II, were mysterious glowing orbs, balls of fire, and fast moving lights reported by stupid fly. So these were probably the real UFOs. Yeah, these were the real ones. Because you see, this is what I said, this is why you gotta tell the difference. Ones like these are the real ones. Because you'll always see these UFOs, the real ones, they look like this. The fake ones are these solid crafts. They just look like something that man's made. These are the real ones. Because the devil and the government wants to mimic it. And it's right there. So yeah, these are the fake ones. These are the fake ones. This is them trying to deceive people. So this is what they were called. Foo Fighters. So yeah, they look like UFOs, but they're not the same as the orb ones. The orb ones are the real ones. These are just man-made ones. So in reality, they tried to deceive man. Which makes sense, man, because NASA's still doing that damn now. See, these are real. Then you add this. I mean, who knows? Who knows if they got it from this? So there were study cases for these real light orbs. So it's all documented, so anyone that wants to say that UFOs don't exist, there's proof. These flies annoy me. So yeah, man, all this evidence. So anyone that wants to say, oh, it's a conspiracy theory that UFOs don't actually exist, it's all documented. All documented during World War II. Documented all over the world. Sightings of UFOs all over the world. It's all documented, man. So nobody can say it's a conspiracy. It's all out there. Even the government, man. Even the government has done cases, and the evidence right there. So yes, UFOs are real. They're not fake. They're real. But the real ones, you gotta tell the difference between. Because the one we just showed you with the Germans, they had ones that look like UFOs. Now, they're not on the level of these spiritual ones that move at the speed of light. And these are the only... I've never seen any of these solid craft ones. I mean, then again, I wouldn't because I don't live in America. But these ones that are like orbs, they're the real UFOs. They're the actual real UFOs. These solid craft ones are the fake ones. So there's declassified documents of the CIA looking for, and I mean, there's even, I'm not going to say it's true, but some people believe that he's still alive. Some people actually do believe he's still alive. Because some people believe that a lot of the soldiers work at NASA from World War II. It's what some people believe. So in the 1960s in Argentina and Peru, I mean, who knows? Who knows, man? I mean, the government constantly lies to us and deceives us on a daily basis, so it wouldn't surprise me. And you gotta ask yourself as well, why are they making fake UFOs? Most likely because these UFOs, these spiritual ones, they can't stop them. They can't stop them. Don't matter what amount of technology that this government will make, you can't stop them. That's why they move at the speed of light. They'll never be able to stop the real ones. Because you see that with the military when they released that footage. They couldn't keep up with it. That's how you know the difference. It was his cousins found in the bunker that they released years later. There's a on Netflix that tells you a lot about it. And a lot of people believe they didn't even get him. They really do. There's actually conspiracies out there that believe they never got him, that he escaped. That's what some people believe. They believe he escaped and just went in hiding. I mean, who knows? The government lies about everything. They honestly do. I mean, some people believe that Michael Jackson's still alive. They honestly do. They believe he's still alive. And then you've even got, I have to watch what I say, but they even believe that I'm not going to say the name, but for obvious reasons, but they believe that we all know who I'm talking about, that he's still alive. They believe he's still alive, hiding somewhere. We all knew him. We all know who I'm on about. His name begins with E. I mean, no, there's another guy. There's another guy that has a same scar, same tattoo in the same place. There's another guy that I obviously can't show it because this channel's already heavily censored as it is. But if you look up, man, the same tattoo that he had, someone else has in the exact same place. So, who knows, man? And when people started connecting the dots, because you gotta ask yourself, man, he was powerful. Well, powerful. He was very powerful. I'm going to leave it at that. Because I found it funny about that as well. This guy looks exactly like him. He's like, no, I'm not him. I'm not him. And people are like, they're just mocking you in plain sight. No, I'm not saying that he is, but it's like they were mocking you in plain sight. They're laughing at you. Now, whether Michael Jackson's still alive, who knows? People say that he is. People say that he tried to escape. Exactly. SpongeBob addresses, if you type it in, comes up, and both. Exactly. Go look up the Nickelodeon island, the logo. Look up the Nickelodeon logo. Looks exactly the same as that. It's what I said. What these, what they do behind closed doors, man. It's all been exposed. But I have to watch what I say. But and people still trust in their government, man. Even when all this has come out, what they do. But yeah, if you look up the Nickelodeon logo, looks exactly like that. People connected the dots. There's a video that I came across on Twitter. I don't know whether it's real, but it was about the Kardashians, man. Obviously, you have to watch what I say, but people were saying it was something to do with meat. You can obviously get what I'm trying to say. I mean, you never know. You honestly never know. It was something that I came across on Twitter. I'm not going to say whether it's real or not because I don't know. But people were saying it was just a prank that they pulled on people on the show. I'm not going to say whether that's true or not, but what was on that plate, I wouldn't be eating it. But you'd have to look up what I'm talking about there, because obviously I can't show it. It was a tweet that was recommended to me when I was browsing Twitter. But yeah, many people made videos about that. People like, oh, you're just nuts, you're just nuts, you're just nuts. There was even proof that he looks like someone else as well. As I said, with the tattoo, has the same tattoo where someone has the same tattoo exactly where he had it. You never know. That's why they're acting like exactly. Everyone thought Kanye West was nuts. Oh, this guy's just a nutcase. He's off his meds. People say that he had a mental breakdown because we all know what he did to get fame. He admitted it in his own words. He admitted it in his own words what he done to get fame. He admitted it. But they just called him nuts. I mean, he did literally become nuts anyway because he started releasing music glorifying a certain individual, so he clearly was losing it. Because we all know he started making songs glorifying the mustache man, which I don't know why, because I don't know why. I don't know why he went down that route. Why did he start praising him? Doesn't even make any sense. But yeah, people don't want to know what they do behind closed doors, honestly. That's not even half of what they do. You really don't want to know what they do. Trust me. If you want to know how evil this world really is, I mean, just go on the deep web. See how evil the world is instantly. Exactly. And that was all proven as well. What you've just said. And that's what I mean. You would think all of this came out. This just shows how messed up the world is. What were they doing when all that information came out? What were they doing? They were making memes of it. They were making memes of what he did. That just shows, man, how messed up this world and brainwashed and desensitized to this stuff that the world is. They were all making memes about it. Making memes about a guy that done no stuff. Imagine that. Exactly. I grew up with that TV show, to be honest. SpongeBob. I grew up with it. Grew up with that. I grew up with The Simpsons. Grew up with Tom and Jerry. Grew up with Fairy Odd Parents. Grew up with Imaginary Friends. I grew up with Looney Tunes. And all of those shows are full of subliminals. Even Disney as well. And I believe you can even still find that song on YouTube. We all know what song I'm on about. I can't say the name of it. But they tried to scrub it off YouTube. Still on YouTube, I believe. There's also that song on the internet, Boom Boom, Finish the Rest of the Word. It was popping off while Iran was at war. They tried to scrub that song off the internet. So yeah, man, I grew up with a lot of that stuff. Yeah, if you look up a lot of Disney subliminal messages, even in the Frozen movie, the subliminal messages. So that's why you should not trust Disney. And you certainly shouldn't trust Nickelodeon either. Like they even admit it in South Park as well. But it's a form of comedy, they admit it in that. Well, as I said, I have to watch what I say about those certain subjects. I have to watch what I say. Because YouTube doesn't like it. So you have to watch what you say on this platform. And anyway, if anyone's wondering what the profile picture is, I'll show you. It's off topic. It's from this. It's not out yet, obviously, but that's what it's from, if anyone wanted to know. It's from this. It's basically Claire Redfield. It's an image that I found on Google. There's also another one that I've got. Um, no, that's not it. Well, it's on the account called Cheeky. You probably already seen the profile picture. It's Maria. It's the movie Obsession. It's the movie Obsession, but it's got instead of that picture, it's got Maria and James. I'll put it as my other channel picture. Yeah, I own them all. I own them all. I own all the Resident Evil games, all the Silent. The only one that I don't own is the Silent Hill Homecoming and Silent Hill 1 because obviously that's on. And that probably ain't getting a physical either. There's no way that's getting a physical. Silent Hill 1 remake. No way that's getting a physical because we've heard nothing. That's probably going to take at least 2 years, so I've stopped caring about it. Now, it'll be good to experience it, but to own it physically is out the window at this point. Like, even this game, Judas. This ain't coming out anytime soon, so I've stopped caring about it. I've stopped caring about this game. It's supposed to be like BioShock. It's having problems in development, so this game's probably not even going to come out at this point. Yeah, sucks that the only way to get that physically is on the PS2, and it's very rare now. Second one's the rarest, and this thing that sucks about that, they only released the first one on PS5, well through the PS Store, but you can play it on PS5. Never released the second one, so that's stuck on the PS2. It's stuck on the PS2, and it's stuck. But this game ain't coming out, man, anytime soon, so they might as well just damn forget it. Also, this game's not coming out anytime soon. No way it is. I guarantee, even though this game's probably going to be woke garbage, I'd still like to play it. But unless in 2027 we hear anything about this game, it ain't coming out. Unless we hear anything about, yeah, you can also, it's censored on the PS2 though. You can get the uncensored version on PC. PC's more, the every other version was censored. The PS2 version isn't. I mean, the PC version isn't. I had it. They even had it on the Wii at one point. I had it. Played. You could actually do and of course you have people out there. Oh, this is encouraging violence. No, it isn't. I played Manhunt 2 on the Wii, and you had to perform the actions that you did in the game. So let's say you had a weapon. You had to perform like you actually had that weapon in your hand through the controls. But people say, oh, that's encouraging violence. It's not. If someone goes out and does that, then they've already got that desire already in them. Video games does not encourage violence. Only lunatics that can't discern reality from a video game are the ones that are going to do something like that. Normal people just play video games. Psychopaths have already got that desire in them. They just use video games as an excuse. So that ain't coming out. What else was there? There was also this. There's too many there. This has been delayed until 2028. It's not coming out. It's been delayed, so that ain't getting a physical. I'll tell you that now, because it's been delayed twice now. So it's gonna suck, man. That ain't getting a physical. It is what it is, man. Alright. So, what else? Like, we've heard nothing about that one. And this is old. We've heard nothing. That's supposed to be 2027. We got nothing worry about that one. Probably will get a physical, but may not, because go look at Poco. What was it? Poco Pia. That didn't get a physical. So if this is done by Game Freak again, they'll most likely make a damn game keycard. It's garbage that this is only on Xbox. It really is. This game's exclusive to Xbox for whatever reason. The new Stellar Blade game, I believe, is getting delayed until 2028, so say bye-bye to that physical. That's supposed to be in 2027. I wonder if the game's even on the disc, because it's made by Xbox. I'll be shocked if the game's actually on the disc. I'm talking of one that says 2027. Be surprised if that's on the disc, because every single game that has been released from Xbox onto the PS5, none of it's on the disc. Yeah, I played all of them. Did you play the Resident Evil? Yeah, I played them all. I played Silent Hill F, played Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I own all the Resident Evil games, even Resident Evil 9. I completed that. I completed it. Never played it a second time. I might stream it one day for a second time. If people are interested. If people are really interested, I'll stream Resident Evil Requiem for the second time, as I've already completed it once. It's an actual good game. And I own all the Resident Evil games physically. The only one that I don't own physically, which it is what it is, man. At least I got it on PS2. There's only one that I don't own well, there's two that I don't own physically, and that's about it. I own every other game physical. In my opinion, they need to do this. So what they should do, they should have, and I actually watched that guy, Dreamcast guy. What they should do is they should get the first, second, and third one and put them on a physical disc. Because it's just stupid, man. They did it with Metal Gear Solid. So why can't Capcom put these 3 games in a classic collection? Just imagine how much money that'd make. They're just sitting. It's like Capcom don't care about the OGs anymore. They're like, hey, they don't exist to us anymore. They should have put all these. Imagine if these 3 got a physical version, or even got ported to the Switch. The amount of people, man, that would be buying that. They'd make millions within a night. Imagine if these 3 classic games got ported to the Switch. I don't even think they are on the Switch, which is just stupid. Or the OG Resident Evil games on Nintendo. I already know the answer anyway. So that obviously doesn't know what it's talking about. We said the OG games, not the remakes. They're not the OG games. We're on about the original games. So they're not on the Switch. So if you're on the Nintendo Switch and you want to play the original, say you've only got the Switch as your platform, guess what? First, second, third OGs, you're never going to experience them. Unless you got a PC, or unless you got a PC or PlayStation. Don't even know if they're on Xbox. But they should have put them on the Switch. I don't know why they haven't. Just put the first, second, and third on the Switch. You'll make millions. I don't know what Capcom's doing. I really don't. Persona 6, I think. Yeah, that ain't getting a physical. Say bye-bye to that one. Say bye. So, I thought that was coming out in 2027. Why is it now saying 2028? That's supposed to be coming out in 2027. So they delayed it again. Now, Persona 6 doesn't have a release date. If you don't hear anything in 2027, then guess what? The last Persona game ain't getting a physical because of Sony's garbage. So you're all the people that like the collect. I know there's many people out there that love the collector's editions of Persona. It's gonna suck for them. You'll own every single physical version of Persona, but the sixth one you ain't gonna own. And that's gonna suck, man. It's really gonna suck. All because Sony is so greedy and doesn't want to print discs anymore. So it's gonna suck for a lot of fans of Persona. Because honestly, if we don't hear anything, in 2027, which I highly doubt because that's coming out in 2027, so they're gonna want all attention on that remake. Now I'm not even gonna waste me time with it because I know how popular that game is. It'll be sold out day one, so I'm not even gonna waste me time, man. Two, I'm not really into those games anyway. I own the fifth one. I have not even played it. It's too damn long. They're probably good games, but they are too long. The fifth one's about 100 hours. That's why I stopped playing it, man, because man, this game is too long. That's the only problem with the Persona games, they're too long. Over 100 hours. Most of the 100 hours is just dialogue. But that's just my personal opinion. So, we've heard nothing about The Witcher either. We've heard nothing about that. Honestly, we've heard nothing about that. The Witcher. Highly doubt the Xbox game is going to get an actual proper physical. I'll be shocked if it does. For now, it doesn't set, but it's nowhere near release date, so if it ever says internet required on it, don't waste your time buying it physical. I mean, then again, you can still buy the physical, you can play it, and then get rid of it, because that's the only decent thing. Even if it's a fake ass physical, and nothing's on that disc, and you gotta download the rest of it, at least you can get your money back, some of the money back, which that's what Sony wants to get rid of now. So, guess what? A game sucks, you're stuck with it. Oh, you want to play this game day one, do you? Or you want to wait for the price drop? Guess what? Too damn bad. That's what Sony's basically saying to you now. They're saying, too bad, we control the market now. Because they do. They control the market now. They control it. It's ridiculous, man. And that's why I'm glad. And if people really want me to, I'll show my game collection. I've got almost over 100 Switch games alone that I've not played. I've got over 200 and something games digital. No, that's not. I've got some digital games because years ago I used to not care about physical media. So I've got digital game collection, and I've got physical PS5 and PS4 games. So yeah, I don't care about 2028. I got enough games. And that's why I said to people, while you've got a chance, buy games. Honestly, buy games while you got a chance. Because in 2028, that's why I said that. If you haven't watched it, I recommend watching it. You don't have to. The stream where I was talking about gaming GTA 6. games are going to shoot up in price. It's going to go from 80 to probably 200 for a game that's like 10 years old, because these scalpers and that are going to know that people want these games, and the only way to get them is either buy it off eBay or get lucky at a convention. And even at conventions, mate, the gaming conventions that people go to, I know a lot of people go to them in America, these gaming conventions, like anime conventions. Games are going to shoot up. These conventions might make these games twice as dear, because they know that people are going to want them. So that's what you're at the mercy now for, with, what is the percent at 40 something on the other phone. I'm alright for now. I need to take the tablet anyway, so just give me a minute. It's not, I've opened the wrong damn packet, what a moron. Just give me a minute. Crap. I have to take these. I'll be right back. But I just had to take the tablets, so antidepressant and anti-anxiety, and also helps me sleep. Because as I said, man, so original Resident Evil games are good, 4 is really good. People couldn't handle the original. They said, oh, the original sucks. The original's good. I mean, the original was more harder. But even the remake, man, what the NPCs really ain't easy. Yeah, people playing it on easy mode. I don't know how people can play it on easy mode, man. The AI is brain dead. Literally brain dead. In the remakes, if you put it on. Did you play? See, I've already read that. Like this game that came out recently, man. It's a fun game. It honestly is. I highly recommend it, man. I honestly do. Highly recommend this game. It's better than Mortal Kombat. Well, then again, um, well, I grew up with that. Well, I never played it. I just played the demo, and I would play the demo for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. Well, I never bought the game, and then the remakes came out, didn't they? I didn't buy them, as I lost interest. I used to care about Tony Hawk games when I was young. No, the older you get, you lose interest. You honestly do. And I don't know whether you played. I own. There was a collection. There's Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, and I think 3. The collection that came out. I originally played 2 and 3 when they were on the PS Vita. And I own Metal Gear Solid Delta, the remake, the second one that came out. You had so many people crying about that, honestly, whinging about it. Oh, the frame rate's trash on PS5. And I looked at what people were complaining about. The frame rate only dropped about 10 frames. That was it. And they were complaining about that. It's like they just wanted to nitpick. But all I was doing is just laughing. I mean, because if you pay for a PS5 Pro that's not even that powerful, it's nowhere near the level of a PC. All it is all the PS5 Pro is. It's just a PS4 Pro. That's all it is. Wow, it looks a little bit better, but it's not worth $1,000. No way. People are literally paying $1,000 for a console. You could literally buy a PC. Well, I heavily recommend this game, man. I really do. It's fun. And it doesn't have a difficulty setting with this. You either get good or put the game down. That's the way this game works. You either get good or quit. That's how this game is. No difficulty setting. It's all skill based. It's not like Street Fighter 6, where Street Fighter 6 has a assisted mode where, what is it called, the modern mode. It's not like that. You've got to get good. You've got to learn these controls or you'll get destroyed online. It's a great game. Really is. Don't agree with the price, like, because it's only got, I think, 22 characters. But it's worth it to me. It's fun. You get to play as Spider-Man. I mean, where is the fighting games where you get to play as Spider-Man? None. There's none out there as far as I know. There was only the Marvel vs. Capcom, and those are only on the PS3. So you get to play as, my favourite characters are these. She's my favourite character, Storm. Storm is my favourite character. I've always liked Storm. So Storm, I like Storm. I like the Stretch Arm Girl. She was in Marvel's Avengers, the game. And then I like Deadpool. It's got Deadpool in it. It's got Wolverine. and you don't have to unlock any of them, which is great. Is I can't be bothered with that nonsense where you got to unlock the characters. I just want to play the game. I don't want to sit there unlocking characters. So yeah, this is a great game, man. There's a reason it. There's a reason it's getting great reviews. And as far as I know, it's only on PlayStation and PC. Yeah, it is. It's only on PlayStation and PC because it's they signed a contract. That's what it says in the beginning. But the only downside on PC, you have to have a PlayStation account. Otherwise, you can't play it online. And as far as I know, the online's garbage. It's broken, laggy. Which I never buy fighting games. Fighting games that I own is Mortal Kombat, the Legacy Collection, Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat X, Street Fight, Marvel vs. Capcom, the one where it's got Jill in it, and Tekken 7, and then Street Fighter 6. And they're all the fighting games that I own. What was it gonna do? Jilva. Let's see, I don't know if I remember that. I've never played that, unfortunately. Never played that. I played Soul Calibur though. One of them. But I've never played this game. I've played this though. I think it was Tekken 3. Played this. I had it on PS1 at one point. This is when Tekken was good. Now Tekken, I'm just not interested in it. I'd say this was the best Tekken game. The one that's out now, I'm just not interested in. Probably because it's nostalgia, man. It's just not the same feeling. It's not the same feeling. And it's a modern version of Tekken now. Everyone bashes this game. Everyone bashes this game. Says, "Oh, this game's trash." It was great, man. Unfortunately, I don't know where the disc went. Really don't. They need to bring this game back, man. They really do. These are some classic games. They really are. Simpsons Wrestling. Everyone called it trash. Oh, this is the worst game ever made. People just have different tastes. I don't even know how much the game is. Damn, it's not even that much. I own this version. This is what my case looks like. This. My case on the game looks like this. And everyone gave this game crap. They gave this game crap. Just give me a second. Right, so original Resident Evil, so I've read that man. Scroll up. So yeah, man, this game. Everyone said this game sucked. It didn't. If you don't apply it to a Silent Hill game and just accept it for what it is, it's a actually unique, good game. But the Silent Hill fanboys just cried and complained about it. This game sucks. This game's trash. And then they wonder why we never get, these fanboys wonder why we never get unique games anymore. Oh, this game sucks. If you don't think of it as a Silent Hill game, even as a Silent Hill game, it's a unique game. It's good for what it is. I just think people today just complain about everything. They really do. They just complain about everything. These fanboys. Which is funny, because they complain about this game, say it's trash. Yeah, what about Silent Hill F? That game was trash. I'll show you that. That game was garbage. Worst game that I've ever played in my life. They all praise this game, and saying, oh, this game's awesome. This game's awesome. As you can see. They praised this game, man, and gave it a 10 out of 10. Said it was a masterpiece. It wasn't. The combat was garbage. She swings so damn slow. The combat is so bad. But they praise this game. Oh, this game is great. But somehow Silent Hill Downpour is trash. This game had nothing to do with Silent Hill. At least Silent Hill Downpour was in the town Silent Hill. This wasn't. They just slapped the name Silent Hill on this game and called it a day. I've only ever played it once as well, and I won't be playing it again. And that's kind of bad, man. This isn't good for a Silent Hill franchise. 1 million copies sold, is that it? That's bad. The remake sold more than 2 million. So everyone knows this game's trash. And they should have just called it a different name. They should have just said, you know what, we're Konami. This is a new franchise. Fine. But no, they decide, you know what, it's like Konami came to this developer, but like, what game are you making there? Oh, we're making Silent Hill F. We're making Silent Hill F. No, actually, we're making a video game like Dark Souls. What should we call it? Oh, just slap the name Silent Hill on it. That'll sell it. It's like they were making their own game, And then the devs came in and said, let's just call this Silent Hill F to sell it. Because I guarantee you, if this didn't say Silent Hill F, this game wouldn't have sold any copies. Nobody would have cared. So that's how I know. They just slapped the name Silent Hill on it and sold it. It sold. Because let's be realistic, the Silent Hill franchise is as big as, it's not as big as Resident Evil, but you slap Silent Hill on a game, it'll sell. Same with Resident Evil, man. Resident Evil 7, nothing to do with Resident Evil. In my opinion, the game is not Resident Evil whatsoever. Mold, Ethan basically cuts his arm off and it grows back. Doesn't even make any sense. And then you add and that's what I mean. You have people that complain about Resident Evil 5. Oh, you got talking zombies now. At least that was more Resident Evil than 7 was. 7 was just you running around the house with a bunch of rednecks. That's all it was. And it was a copy and paste off of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And everyone loved that game. Everyone loved 7. Well, like, oh, this is back to the survival roots. No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with Resident Evil whatsoever. Same as 8, man. That had nothing to do with Resident Evil 8. Werewolves. You got damn werewolves and vampires in the game now. Yet they couldn't explain that virus, could they? Oh, now that we got werewolves, we got vampires in the franchise now. Well, how's that virus happen? They couldn't explain it. Oh, we just got werewolves now. That's why the franchise became stupid, man. At least with 9, they went back. They realised we're going back to zombies. That's why it sold so many copies, man. Because it went back to the roots. They learned from 8 that that's not what people wanted. They learned from that. So yeah, as far as I know, this is and what kind of stupid question is that on Google? Obviously, they haven't played the game. I mean, why would somebody even ask that question? So this ain't coming out. There's no release date. And 2, Sony's not. So this time Sony's not funding it. So this is going to take years. It's only in early development, so the second one isn't going to get a physical unless they put it on the Switch too, which I don't think they will. That's the only way it's going to get a physical. So this is what I said about them killing physical media, but most people won't care. The reason they will when everything goes digital, man. When everything goes digital and they can't buy movies anymore. And what people don't realise is this affects everything. Music. What if Sony turns around and says, you know what? We're not making music anymore. We're not making movie discs anymore. We're just gonna go digital. That'll be next. If they can do it with video games, man, movies will be next. They'll say, oh, most people are on a subscription service anyway, so let's get rid of movie discs. And then, because most people don't care anyway, the generation of today, they don't care. Because they've been grew up with this mentality of, oh, everything's digital. Who cares about physical media? But when a movie gets removed from Netflix, they start crying. Well, what do you expect? Think that movie's going to be there forever? No. Same with music, man. This world has grown up now. That's why music isn't as big as it is. It's just Spotify now, iTunes. It's all digital. That's why you barely see CDs anymore. You had to grow up in that era to appreciate it. This generation of today will never understand the joys of physical media, actually owning something that you paid for instead of just licensing. But again, the generation of today doesn't care, do they? They don't care. They don't care about owning anything because they've been brought up that way. They play these games like Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, so they don't care about owning anything. But when PlayStation Network goes down and Xbox goes down, what is it? These people are like, oh, Sony and Xbox, you should give us a month free subscription. No, they shouldn't. You signed up for that. Nowhere in the terms of service does it say if PlayStation or Xbox goes down, you deserve anything. You're paying 100. Some people are paying over 100 a year for PlayStation Plus, and you know all that money that you're wasting. You could have actually, the amount of money that you're wasting on PlayStation Plus, man, every year, you could have bought that game like 5 times. Because you have to be continuously subscribed to PlayStation Plus if you want access to those PS Plus games. Cancel your subscription, man, and see if you can access them ever again. You can't. You can't access them. Well, that's what they want anyway. They want this all streaming, where you don't own anything. But then when a game gets censored, like with Stellar Blade, where that got censored, how many people were crying about that? Oh, Sony reversed this decision. And all people were saying, man, to these people crying, well, you should have bought the physical, shouldn't you? You have no right to tell Sony what to do. You're on their platform. They can do whatever they want. They own that company. They own that platform. You are just a user. Money, nothing more. They could ban you tomorrow for no reason at all, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's why it's laughable with these fanboys that fanboy before companies, man. Because these companies don't care about you. They never have and they never will. I haven't renewed my PlayStation subscription, and I probably won't. No reason to. I don't play online gaming anymore. I could care less about it. Stop playing it for a reason, because most online gaming now is full of cheaters. That's all people do now is cheat. And if you think they don't, go play Call of Duty. Jump in a lobby, and somebody might prestige lock your account, and then in a few hours you'll get banned. In Call of Duty didn't care. That guy that went around, jumped in people's lobbies and was hacking people's accounts. Activision or whatever, Treyarch, they didn't say, you know what, this guy has unfairly had his stats locked. Let's not ban him. No, everyone that it happened to got permanently banned. They don't care. They didn't try to stop the hacker because they don't care. That's why I moved on from Call of Duty and I quit the game. I haven't played it since. Because they don't care, man. Their games have always been infested with these loser cheaters. They can't actually play a game without cheating. And there was even people back when I was playing at Modern Warfare 3, you had people defending cheaters, defending hackers, ruining the game, using back then they had invisibility hacks. You couldn't kill them in the game, couldn't even see them. And I had an argument with some guy in the lobby. I said, you're a loser, man, you really are. I said, you're pathetic. And he's like, it's just a game. It's like, yeah, it's just a game, yet here you are hacking in a video game. There's nothing more pathetic in life than someone hacking in a video game. Most hackers hack because they're trash at video games. And in my opinion, it should be against the law. That's why I'm glad. All these people that were crying, man, about that's why that thing happened with the DRM with PlayStation, where they released an update, right? They released an update and basically said to people, you've got to now log in and verify your purchase games. It only happened because of cheaters that would jailbreak them. And they've already jailbreak the PS5 now. So PS5's not safe. You got cheaters on there. That's why they had to release that update. Because you got people jail. They should just cancel ban them. No second chances, no warning, just cancel ban them. That'll learn them. That'll learn them. I've got no sympathy for hackers, none. No sympathy whatsoever. The losers. They really are. Because all hackers do is just ruin people's gaming experience. That's all they do. They get off on it. So in my opinion, they should go back to what they used to do. Xbox and that used to IP ban you. They used to ban your console, so you have to go out and buy another one. Need to do that. They shouldn't give you a warning. They should just ban you. Permanently ban you. Rockstar was the same, man. If you got caught hacking, they'd permanently ban you. Dead by Daylight is the same. If you get caught cheating, they ban you. And if you keep doing it, they'll IP ban you. They'll permanently ban you because they can know if you've created it. They can just track your IP address and say, this is another account from a cheater, let's ban him. Because gaming is just run by cheaters now. It really is. That's why I stopped caring about the online part of gaming and just became a completely single player person. But if people want to put up with cheaters, that's their choice. I won't. And it's not hard to cheat anyway. It's not hard. It doesn't take rocket science. It's easy to mod. I remember doing it on, but the difference between me, I didn't go using the hacks to ruin people's gameplay. GTA San Andreas, when there was that mod that was out where you could play multiplayer in GTA San Andreas, I had so many mods. I had mods where CJ was doing gymnastics. I had mods where CJ was smoking weed. I had mods where he could run at super speed. I had mods where you couldn't die in the game. I had yeah, mods for money. I had the mod where you had to refuel your car. I had the 2-pack mod. I had so many mods. So yeah, I did do PC gaming as well. It's not hard, man. Like, again, you could even mod Modern Warfare 2. You could unlock everything. All you needed was a save file, and you unlock everything. All the trophies. You used to be able to hack trophies as well. All you needed was a save file. You just download a save file off the internet, and you copy it to your PlayStation. You load that specific save point, unlocks every single trophy. Well, you gotta risk you probably get banned. So a lot of these trophy hunters, man, probably still do that. They probably still do it. Because it used to be a thing. I used to do it. I did it for Call of Duty. I did it for many games. You didn't even have to play the game. You just load a save file, and it would give you the trophy. So yeah, I grew up with it, man. I know how hacking works, because I've done it myself. All you do is you replace the code of a file. That's all you do. You would replace the code of a file, and that's how you got mods to work. So it doesn't take rocket science, man, to do modding. But anyway, I appreciate the real people in here, the fakes I don't care about, like I've always said, man. So to the free people that actually like the stream, I appreciate. Those are the only ones that I appreciate, because they bothered to like the stream, and they bothered to come in here. So yeah, those people, free people, I appreciate, because you bothered to like the stream and support the content, and you're also in here having a conversation. Everybody else, we're not interested. We only care about the true supporters on this stream, which is the free people that like the stream. Everybody else don't care about. Legend of Stream, again, good night. Oh, so you're in Scotland. I don't know what time it is in Scotland for you now, man. Well, have a great night, man. I'm going to be ending the stream in a few minutes, because you can see the time. But yeah, I appreciate the free people that like the video. Oh, it's 3:30 AM, so it's the same time as me then. So yeah, man, I appreciate you being in here, Liam. And I appreciate the free people that like the video. You're actual true supporters. Everybody else don't care about. I meant what I said, man. We only care about the real supporters on this channel. Everybody else, not interested. So yeah, I'll see everyone later. Good night. Have a great night, whatever it is for you there. See everyone later. Take care, and as I say, appreciate all the people that supported. See you later.